Welcome to SGIT Meister, your ultimate destination for futuristic technology and AI innovation.
Every prompt sent to a major AI platform triggers a request to a massive data center hundreds of miles away. You depend on their remote hardware to process the logic and return the result to your screen. This reliance involves significant costs. Individual users pay $20 monthly subscriptions to maintain access, while developers accumulate per-prompt API charges every time they test a new application. There is also a persistent risk to data security. To summarize a proprietary document or analyze personal finances, you must upload that sensitive information to external corporate servers to generate an answer. The entire workflow remains fragile. If your internet connection drops, if the provider raises prices, or if they change usage policies, your access to these tools disappears. Achieving true technological privacy requires ending this connection. You must move the intelligence out of the cloud and host it directly on your own hard drive. Offline AI is the practice of running complex language and image models locally on your personal computer, requiring no internet access. A local setup ensures your data never leaves your desk. It eliminates ongoing subscription fees and makes your workflow resistant to Wi-Fi outages or service downtimes. This independence requires a hardware trade-off. When you stop relying on remote server farms, your personal computer must handle the heavy computational load required to generate text and images. Accepting this hardware burden brings the computation directly onto your own machine. This gives you absolute ownership of the model's logic and the privacy of its output. This 3D layout of a motherboard shows where the local stack begins. To handle the initial logic of offline AI, you need a central processor equivalent to an Intel i5 or a Ryzen 5. Next, the system requires enough short-term memory to hold the model's active data. While 8 GB of RAM is the minimum, 16 GB is necessary to keep the system stable during complex generations. Storage space is also a factor. AI models are large files that require 10 to 30 gigabytes of free space on your drive, specifically for the model weights. The most significant factor for generation speeds is the graphics card. A dedicated GPU with at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM provides the high-speed pipeline needed for the model to function. An internet connection is only needed once to download these large model files. After that initial setup, you can disconnect the machine permanently. Meeting all these hardware specifications is the price of exiting the corporate cloud and moving toward local control. Building a private production studio requires 4 specific software layers. The first is Ollama, a runtime engine that allows text models like Llama 3 and Mistral to run on consumer hardware. Because Ollama runs in a text-only interface, we add LM Studio on top. This provides a familiar graphical interface for chatting with your local models. For visual tasks, we add Stable Diffusion. Using interfaces like Automatic 1111 or Comfy UI, you can generate artwork and thumbnails without sending data to an external server. The final layer is Coqui TTS. This handles voice synthesis, allowing for offline narration and podcast audio that never leaves your local environment. Combining these 4 tools creates a fully self-contained, private AI production house inside a standard desktop computer. With this stack, your chat, image, and voice tools function instantly on your own desk. No data is tracked and no information is leaked to third parties. This chart compares the capacity of both systems. A massive cloud model running on a multi-million-dollar server farm has trillions of parameters, whereas a local PC is limited by its own hardware. Despite this difference in scale, local models are highly efficient. They are capable of handling the vast majority of common tasks with accuracy and speed. Moving to offline AI returns the control of computation to the individual. It secures your data and puts ownership back in